watching Big Lou Barbecue, and today I'm going to show you how to make some okra Creole. Yeah, I've done okra Creole before on my show, but that was with fresh garden tomatoes, fresh okra, and fresh corn on the cob, and all fresh. This is easy okra Creole. Tell you the truth, it's how I do it most of the time. And in the winter, it's how I do it most of the time. But the cool thing about it is, this is a great camping recipe. You can make this probably in a skillet if you've got a big enough skillet. I usually use my Lodge Dutch oven, but today I want to do it in my Discada. A lot of people bring these or Cowboy Wok or Discada or whatever you want to call it. It's a plow disc cooker. I got it from Southwest Disc. It's really cool. And a lot of people bring these things camping and stuff. They have other brands, some more commercial brands. One's big and red and it advertises to the camper. And you could certainly make okra Creole in it, all right? These are the plow disc type cookers. And you could probably make this, I don't know if you make it on a flat top griddle. I don't see why not. It's probably better to make it in a skillet or a pot or something with some sides because it's going to produce a lot of bacon grease. But yeah, you can make it in, just about anything and just kind of sauteing all the stuff down. And I'm not using fresh stuff, guys. I'm using frozen stuff, even the Trinity that goes in it. I'm not cutting up a bell pepper, an onion, and a celery for this, all right? I'm using the frozen stuff. Frozen bag of corn, frozen bag of okra. Okra, by the way, is my favorite green thing to eat. If y'all don't know that from watching my show, let me tell you, my favorite green thing to eat is okra. Absolute best vegetable. I know technically it's some sort of fruit pod because seeds are in it, but it's my favorite vegetable. I love okra. Didn't grow any this year. Only grew a few tomato plants. Garden was kind of small this year, but I got some frozen okra, got some frozen corn, I got a can of tomatoes, and even though I got some fresh ones, I ain't chopping them up. I got a can of tomatoes and some seasonings, and that's about it. Let's make it in a plow disc. Oh, by the way, you serve this over white rice. And the pot that I usually make the okra Creole in is making the rice. It's on the stove right now. Let's do this. Thanks for watching Big Lou Barbecue. All right, well, this is pretty much all the ingredients you need. I'm gonna use this whole block of bacon. This is, uncut bacon. It's got some skin on it. I buy it like this for lots of things, even for cooking for breakfast, but especially when I'm cubing it up or dicing it up, this is what I buy, all right? Just a block of bacon. You're gonna need some Cajun Trinity, so they say. That's just a mix of onion, bell pepper, and celery. The ratio, if you're doing it at home, is 1 medium-sized onion, 1 medium-sized bell pepper, and 2 medium-sized stalks of celery. So an onion, a bell pepper, and 2 stalks of celery is about the ratio you want. This is already frozen because, like I said, we're doing this easy style, like if you were camping. Use about a cup of this mix here. All right. Bag of cut okra. This is says 28 ounces. That's about how much I would use for that size bag of corn. All right, that is 12 ounces. But you can ratios can however much corn, however much tomatoes, whatever you got. That's what you can use. I'm gonna use a can of petite diced tomatoes. I may use a can of Rotel. I thought I had one around here. You don't have to use Rotel. Most people don't, but sometimes if I really want to kick up the spice, I use Rotel. I'm probably just going to go with the diced tomatoes. You need some Cajun Creole seasoning type stuff. Instead, I'm going to be using Uncle Steve's spice here. That jar's almost empty, but I got another jar to go, so we'll have enough. And you need a hot sauce. I usually use Crystal, Louisiana Gold, Tabasco, whatever you want. Was sent recently a bunch of Texas Pete, so I'll be using Texas Pete in it tonight, and we're going to do it out on the Discada. Let's go.
I was fortunate enough to receive a marvelous gift from Silver Stag Knives. It wasn't from Silver Stag Knives. It was from a subscriber, but it bought it at Silver Stag Knives with my logo on it and everything, and it worked well to cut the skin off of that Beasley's bacon block right there. I like buying bacon like this because I can cube it up and dice it up, into small little squares. Gives you something a little bite into that's a little bit more than just bacon bits or crumbled bacon. Anyway, we're going to just kind of dice it all up like this, and that's how we're going to cook the bacon to get it ready for this okra Creole.
Now, if you're wondering, this isn't the burner that they sell at Southwest Disc. Looks like they've got some good ones there, but I already had this one from Cajun Classic. I bought it myself. Also, the paddle I'll be using is also Cajun Classic. Paid for it too. And I bought the disc. Not really a sponsored video. The only thing I got was Uncle Steve's Shake. He sent that to me. I usually use Tony's in this. Uncle Steve's Shake's gonna work, and I got a surprise with that Uncle Steve's Shake too, so stay tuned, all right? All right, let's get going. There's the bacon, baby. You gotta have that bacon. Every time you put bacon in a pan, a skillet, Cowboy Wok, whatever I'm cooking it in, every time you dump bacon in, you gotta say, there's the bacon, baby. It just makes it taste better. Say it like that. There's the bacon, baby. All right, let's get that sizzling up. We're gonna get us a little pool of bacon grease down there. We're gonna move this bacon to the side, cook the other stuff. All right, this bacon is starting to get kind of crispy. It is in cubes, not in little flat pieces like if you cut up strips, but it's getting there. And this is the cool thing about cooking this Discada, or this disco, or wok, or plow disc, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna call it the Southwest disc from here on out, or cookers like this. It's a little cooler up there, and unlike if I cook it at home in the skillet, or in the kitchen in the skillet, I gotta take the bacon out. Leave the bacon grease in, but take the bacon out, put it on a plate, put it in a bowl, set it to the side. But here, I just scoot it up there, just like that, out of the way. That's why I say I don't know if this will work on a flat top griddle or not. I've never done it like, you know what, I have done it in the griddle. I know that was fried corn. I made fried corn in a griddle. This is kind of like fried corn, to be honest. Just we're using okra and tomatoes. All right, put it in Trinity. I'd say that's 1.5 to 2 cups. Put as much as you want to, depending on how much you want to make. You know, if you're baking a lot, use more stuff, but it's about the right amount of okra to corn, but you can do it however you want to, you know. I might have a little too much of this Trinity there. We're gonna get it fried up and get on after it. All right, these onions are getting soft and translucent. The peppers are starting to wilt. Celery's getting soft. Of course, it's frozen, so it doesn't take as long as it would if it's fresh. But that's getting about right. Time to add the star of the show, some okra. There we go. I'm learning how to set that right like that. Using frozen okra doesn't take as long. Now you can do this with all canned stuff. You can do this canned corn, canned okra, and canned tomatoes, and it doesn't take long at all if you wanted to do it like that. But like I said, this is the easy recipe, and I really like just setting the bacon to the side up there as I put this other stuff in there. All right, time for the corn too. Oh, it's getting pretty now. Getting pretty now. This is why I wanted to use the Southwest disc. Making this much, I might not have had a pot to clean it. Yeah, I got a big old gumbo pot, but this is better. Works well in a skillet if you're only making a little. But this thing, make quite a bit. Get all this frozen stuff cooled off my disc, putting the frozen stuff in there. We got to get that hot and all. Get it cooking before we add the tomatoes in there. All right, this is already smelling fantastic. I hadn't even put the seasons in it yet. Now look, okra's famous for getting slimy. I'm from the South. I love okra. I like boiled okra. I do not mind the slime. A lot of people don't like slimy okra. You see how it gets slimy like that? Well, there's a secret to keeping okra from being slimy. All right, and we're about to find out what that is as this okra and this corn get hot. All right, starting to throw some bacon in there. I didn't want to yet, but it's okay. We're gonna put it all in there in just a moment. Tomatoes. The acid in tomatoes keeps okra from being slimy. Now these are not completely drained. They're drained about maybe 2/3 or 3/4 drained. So I probably got about that much juice still in there. You know, about 1/4 or 1/3 of the juice left. All right, we put the tomatoes in there, start heating those up. Now if you're using all canned ingredients, canned okra, canned corn, you can put the tomatoes in with the corn and okra at the same time. But since the tomatoes are already cooked in the can and the frozen stuff had to cook, we had to cook it first. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the bacon in here, get everything started incorporated together. Come on, bacon, get on down in here. Get on down in here with it. All right, now stir it all up and I'm gonna season it. All right, time to get it seasoned. I used to use a Cajun Creole seasoning with it, but I've been using Uncle Steve's Spice here for the last few years, and it makes a good Okra Creole. Now, I said I've got some more in there, but I've decided I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use what's left in that jar, and I have not done this before. I'm going to try the smoke bomb in it. Add a little bit of Uncle Steve's smoke bomb, give it even more of a smoky flavor than the bacon gives it. So just put that all around. And the way I like to season my Uncle Steve's shake is just cover everything with it, stir it up, and if I think it needs more, add a little more. Yep, we're gonna stir that in there, and I'm gonna add a little bit more. Oh wow, that smoke bomb makes it taste good, smell good. Don't know if it makes it taste good yet. I imagine it will, but man, it's making it smell good. I might start using just all smoke bomb in it from now on. Woo! I can already tell it's good. Let's add a little bit more though. Just gonna cover that mound with it. That'll probably be good right there. Now, I usually use Crystal, Louisiana Gold, Tabasco, whatever my favorite hot sauce is. I've used Tapatio and Cholula and Valentina and Mexican hot sauces in this when I use Rotel or when I chop up jalapenos and put in it. If you want to take this up to another level, chop up some jalapenos and stick in here, all right? So I usually use those hot sauces, but when I don't use Rotel or I don't use Mexican hot sauce, if I don't use Rotel or jalapenos, I usually use a Louisiana hot sauce. But I've been given a lot of Texas Pete. It's similar to a Louisiana hot sauce. This is the extra hot. It's called the hotter hot sauce. And add as much as you want. Everything here is, pretty much to taste. All right. That's going to be good right there. Like I said, we in Louisiana, we serve this over rice. This will make a great side dish to anything. If you're not serving it over rice, you might want to tune down the heat a little bit. If you are serving it over rice, you might want to pick it up a little bit. All right. That's about it, fellas. Look at that. That Okra Creole is done. It is ready to be served. I like making it in the Southwest disc because I can put the bacon up there. Now, a lot of these disc cookers have a lip around the edge. A lot of them have a lip around the edge. I thought about buying one with a lip. Southwest disc does sell some with a lip, and you can deep fry and hold more stuff if it has a lip around the edge. But I got to tell you, I really like just this wok style without the lip, because when I'm ready to serve stuff, all I got to do is take a bowl or something like that and just scoop it on out and into the bowl. Now I can bring this disc inside, certainly I can, and if I do that, I've got to set out a lot of counter space for it and everything. I don't have one of those trivets, but I found that it does fit inside a Lodge cast iron frying pan or any other 12-inch frying pan you got, as long as it's cast iron. I can use that as a trivet, but it's just easier just to go ahead and scoop it into the vessel I'm gonna serve it out of, and I'll be able to stick saran wrap on this, put it in the refrigerator. And one thing about Okra Creole, it's always better the next day, like gumbo and stuff. But it's gonna be good tonight because I am hungry. All right, so I will take you inside to show you a taste test, but I want to thank you for watching Big Lou Barbecue. I can go ahead and turn the gas off. I mean, this stuff is done, I want to thank you for watching Big Lou Barbecue, watching me cook Okra Creole. I did make this when my show was real early, like in the first 6 months or something. I had a YouTube show. I made Okra Creole back probably summer of 2017 maybe. And I used fresh okra and fresh tomatoes from my garden for that, but you can certainly use canned, everything canned. I like it best with frozen okra. It just does better. And you see it's not slimy anymore since we got the tomatoes in it, all right? That's gonna be good. I got some white rice inside. Let's go serve this up. All right, in the lodge, got white rice. I'm gonna serve that Okra Creole right over the top of it. All right, here it is. Let's taste test this, all right? Let's taste test it, baby. Ooh, that is good. I love some Okra Creole. That's gonna be a good meal. Woo! I might have just forgot how much extra hot that Texas Pete hotter hot sauce is, and how much spicier that Uncle Steve's spicier actually is. Woo, that's good, but that's a little bit spicier than I usually make it. That's smoke bomb though. I can still taste that. No, this is good. This is good. This is my meal tonight. I'm gonna love it. Hey, thanks for watching Big Lou Barbecue, Okra Creole in the Cowboy Wok, the Discada, the Disco, the Southwest Disc.